I'm bundling up. Kit, where am I? Kit, where am I? Kit, where am I? He's like, I don't care. Kita, do you want to go for a walk? So tonight, Tatsu's at a work party and me and Kit are left to fend for ourselves. So I'm taking him for a walk. And then we're probably gonna stop by 7-Eleven and grab something to eat. So Kit is really excited. He's waiting for me to throw the ball. And this is kind of entertaining because his little doggy memory can remember that we had a ball. His little doggy memory remembers that the ball once existed. However, his little doggy memory seems to have forgotten that he was the one who dropped it into like a sewage, like drainage ditch just last week. The ball is gone, buddy. And it's your fault. I don't have it. I don't have it, but I can like throw air. If I throw air, he'll chase it. It's really funny. Go! Alright, now we're gonna grab some food. Onigiri. Hakata ramen. Like real ramen. I think I want a latte. Because I'm not sick anymore. I can drink coffee again. This looks good too. Mizutaki. It's like a nabe. I always want dessert. I always want dessert, but it's really late, so maybe I shouldn't have dessert. But I love pudding. Kita. Hi. Hi. Hello, Kita. Gomenne. Gomenne. Hi. Gomenne. Matete. I got some treats for you. Ie ni kaitara tabeyo ni. Alright, so Tatsu's gone tonight, which means that this thing is my dinner. Fancy. So it's 2 onigiri. This one has, this is a rice ball wrapped in seaweed with salmon inside, like salmon flakes. And this one is tuna and mayonnaise. So this one's like canned tuna, like the tuna flakes and mayonnaise. They're pretty tame. They're easy to eat. I think anyone who tries onigiri for the first time won't have trouble trying these. And then it comes with 3 little bite-sized, okazu, what are they, side dishes? So it's like 1 sausage, 1 piece of chicken, and 1 cut of fried egg. Oh, so genki. Come here. Oh my god. You're insane. You're insane. Here you go. Bye. Rude. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Micaela. If you exist on the internet, which I'm pretty sure you do, then chances are on Twitter, on Facebook, you've seen people posting photos of themselves from 2006 and comparing themselves between then and now. I kind of wanted to do that today, but I thought we would do it in a video and it could be really fun and I could tell you about all the things that I learned through my awful high school experience. So, here's a picture of me from 2006. And here's another picture of me from 2006. And here's another picture of me from 2006. So for me, 2006 was the year that I graduated high school. I'm old. I am old balls. But I know for a fact that a lot of you guys can relate, whether you're going through it now or you've just gone through it or you went through it 10, 15 years ago. Going through high school is awful. I've touched on this on my main channel before, but to recap, growing up, I was an insanely introverted kid. And I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't want a lot of friends. I had like 1 best friend. And that was it. I wasn't the prettiest, I wasn't the most popular, I wasn't the life of the party, but I wasn't really trying to be anyway, so it was okay with me. But the thing that surprised me and the thing that surprised a lot of my friends was that going into high school, like within the first month of high school, I got a boyfriend. He was 2 grades higher than me, so he was in the 10th grade, and it was a big deal because, you know, we were all new at the school, we didn't know anybody. How did I, like one of the least desirable people in the world, like manage to get a boyfriend? This was apparently like so unbelievable to people that this was how rumors started that I must have been kind of a slut. And it was really frustrating. It was really frustrating, even like considering the fact that the reason I broke up with that boyfriend 3 months later was because when we kissed, he tried to put his tongue in my mouth. And that was gross. That was gross to 14-year-old me. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter to anybody. What mattered to them was that they saw something they couldn't understand. And so they made up their own truth that they could believe in so that they could rationalize what was happening. And that is something that happened my first month of high school that people still do today. So throughout high school, I started to feel more comfortable with guys because guys don't create that kind of drama. And girls can just be so mean. They can be so catty, so vicious, and like really hurtful. So I started hanging out with guys a lot more, and that only really reinforced the idea that I must be a huge slut. It became even weirder when I decided to cut my hair short, because I felt like the inner version of myself was not a pretty girl. I was not a pretty girl, and all my friends were guys, so I felt like, I don't know, like I wanted to become more boyish. I wanted to become more masculine, if that makes sense. Once I had short hair, I was no longer a slut, but I was a lesbian. There's nothing wrong with being a lesbian, although 10 years ago, being a lesbian was a terrible thing. And like, I don't know. Yeah, so it was kind of weird. Once again, once my image didn't fit their narrative, they twisted their narrative so that it would fit again. But I digress. Anyway, so 2006 was the year that I graduated from high school. The year that I was released from that awful life. And, well, because I was such a lesbian, it only made sense that for my graduation, my date should be a woman. 2006 was awesome because it was the year that I came back from my exchange in Japan and I was like, fuck it. This town is too small. I'm not gonna stay here. Also, if I'm such a lesbian, I guess I'm just gonna take a woman to prom. And I did. Of course we weren't actually dating, but she was one of my best friends and she moved to Vancouver before she could graduate with us, and I wanted her to spend grad with me and all of our friends. But that was it. I was happy. I never regretted not taking Jaslyn as my date. But I also did not even really care at that point. I had short hair, my date was a girl, yeah, come at me, I must be a huge lesbian. At that point, like, I kind of just laughed. Hi! You wanna be in my video?
Yeah.
Tatsu's been drinking. Tatsu, how was your party?
Sovietskaya was pretty good.
Are you wearing my sweater?
No.
You sure?
This is my sweater.
Because this looks like the sweater I bought and wore to Canada from Forever 21.
Yeah, but that was like you wore that.
I wore it, yeah, because it was mine. How was 2006 for you?
2006年。やっぱり I was okay. I was like I was having a identity crisis.
Yeah.
Because you know, the relationship between Japan and China was kind of like
bad.
Yeah, it was like a difficult time, you know. So I was like my only thought was to be different from other people. So I try to be Chinese, but I'm not Chinese, like fully Chinese. So it was difficult to get along with a lot of people.
High school sucked, right?
There are like many kinds of people, but
high school sucked, right? You're supposed to say yes, you're supposed to say yes. Anyway, if there's one thing that I've learned from high school is that people will create their own truths and they will believe their own truths to make themselves feel better, feel justified. And that is just something that you're gonna have to deal with like your whole life, even outside of high school. But in terms of how to tolerate it, all you can do is like take a deep breath and look around you and remind yourself of the real truth. You know what's happening, what's going on, you know situations around you better than anybody who is not you. And looking back on 10 years ago, 10 years later, in 2016, time really reveals a lot of things about people. And social media, I feel like social media was invented for nerds like us, so we could look back on the lives of the people who terrorized us and laugh at how shitty they are. I mean, it's not good to laugh at people. Don't do that. People who are like there are a lot of people who will never make it past high school mentally, and that will keep them usually in the same city, in the same town, doing the same things that they were doing 10 years ago. And for people who are motivated, who are focused, who are true to themselves, you're gonna find yourself in a better place where you don't have to be surrounded by people like that. You guys, Tatsu and Kit are having a bromance. You guys look so cute. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this video short because I don't think there's any way I'm gonna be able to keep going with all this distraction. I think I have to take care of
anything. Because the future is bright. The future was supposed to be bright. But now, you know, like, you can't see anything. Well, that's just an idea, you know? Like, you know, the fact is that, like, you can see anything. I mean, like, you can see everything, you know? Because future is bright.
Do you want me to make you some tea?
Future's bright.
Do you want me to make you some tea?
Like, you need friends to share your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're not alone.
Alright, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.
本当に、本当に